Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Missy and this is Missy's Yarniverse and More. We have several new people here. So if you are not familiar with what Monday means Amigurumi Monday. And that is where I update on any amigurumis I am working on, have finished, if we're going to do a random draw out of the amigurumi project bucket, which is the names of a bunch of patterns that we have put in there, and we're just going to randomly draw them out to see which one we're going to do next. That way, I don't have to stress and worry about which one I want to do more and be like I can't figure it out. I feel like I have. I was just outside a while ago, and I had a mosquito buzzing me, and they are the size of a pterodactyl, I swear. And so I still feel like it's like going in front of my eyes. So we had finished last week the wild duck, and we knew most likely I was going to finish that wild duck out of the donated ball of snow cone yarn, Premier snow cone yarn, from the yarn swap at my hospice meetup. And I was kind of digging the duck so much that I wanted to do the duck in the mallard color work that the pattern called for. So we went ahead and did that one on a spur of the moment whim because I was just loving it so much. And I had also finished that one. And we had drawn out of the random bucket in case I had finished them so I could start on another project. We had drawn the Kissie the kitty and Skip the mouse from 1 and 2 Company. I have several of her patterns. I love how her patterns work up. They are all so stinking cute. And like I had told you guys before, I've made this one before years ago when my granddaughter was probably 3rd or 4th grade and was going to have a slumber party for her birthday. And she had put in a request for this specific cat because she had seen it online and specific alternating color combinations because she was going to keep one and give the opposite one to her bestie at her slumber party. So yeah, those have long since gone, been forever ago. So I thought the pattern was cute enough that we would just put it in the random draw bucket and potentially make it again, and here we are. And as of the taping of this, which is Sunday night, I did look because her patterns are available on Ravelry and Etsy. And let me pull it up. And as we know, Etsy does do a lot of % off sales. And when I looked it up, right now, 1 and 2 Company, all her patterns are 70% off for the next 16 hours. So that means until 6 p.m. Central or 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm guessing. Let's see if it'll, yeah. So all of her patterns are on sale. So if you're interested in it, run over there or check out her other patterns because she's got a lot of cute ones. And I do not need to be looking. No. I don't need any more. I already have enough right now. Yeah, said every crocheter ever, right? So last week's update, and I'm sorry, I'm squirreling and so scatterbrained. Had a couple throat closures again, and I just kind of feel, but we had a busy weekend, so it was a good weekend anyway. And so I'm just kind of just trying to put it off to the side. So bear with me, folks. But anyway, we had started on the mouse part, and I had asked you guys, should I do 1 cat or 2? And how many mice? And I got a lot of different answers, but for the most part, everybody was saying 2 kitties in alternating colors. And a lot of people said 1 mouse. Some people said 2. Some people didn't say. So I decided I was going to do 2 mice and 2 kitties because every kitty needs a mouse and every mouse needs a kitty, right? So for the mouse, when we left off, I had been working the pieces in the Yarnspirations Bernat Super Value in the color of soft gray. And I'm not exactly sure. I think I had gotten this one for a commission that I had to do. I almost am positive it was for an elephant, and that's why the marled gray looking. Yeah, it's very pretty. But I don't even remember where I bought it. I think I had got it online. But it's a medium number 4, 7-ounce skein, or 197 grams, 440 yards, or 402 meters. And they recommend a 5-millimeter knitting needle or US 8 and a 5-millimeter or US H8 crochet hook. Yeah. So soft gray, and it kind of has a heathered look, and it's very soft, as you can tell, very soft. But this is what we have left of that skein at this point right now. And I'll show you how far we had gotten. I had finished 2 little mousy heads. Yeah, 2 of them. I haven't done the shaping or adding all the parts yet. Right now, what I'm intending to do is I want to get all the pieces and parts of all of them done, and then I'm just going to have a surgery day when I have ample time to be able to do it. So we have 2 little mousy heads done. Yay. And then we got 2 of the bodies done. And they're all coming apart. And I'm trying to find all the pieces and parts amongst everything in here. Okay. And we have 4 little mousy arms done. And for the the pink, I was using this random ball of pink. I'm almost positive this is Hobby Lobby, just from the feel of it, because I know this is not Red Heart. Yeah, this has to be Hobby Lobby, a leftover from another project, I think. So yeah, and we still have some of that left, so we're still working on it. And then for the little feetsies, oops, I needed 4 of those, and I got all 4 of them done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I got a feeling by the time all's said and done, all these little strings are going to be all tangled up. Let's hope not, but hey. And then I have 2 tails that are finished. And last but not least, I have 4 ears. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, we got a lot of ends, guys. But it's all for sewing. I wish this was one of those patterns that was more join as you go, with little to no sewing, but alas, it's not. So, but it's okay. It's okay. So that's all the parts for the mice. And then I don't think I had all of those done last week. I think I only had a portion of them done, but I got all the pieces and parts done. All I have to do is sew them together and do the face shaping and all that good stuff. And then they're going to be finished on surgery day. And then I did get a chance to, here and there, I worked on them a little bit. I started working on the kitties. And I got inspiration from one of the birthday cards inside of the envelope and on the card. And I chose, we're still attached here. I chose these two colors right here. I think they are so spring and so pretty together. And I couldn't resist. And I think they're working up very pretty, and I can't wait to see them all done. But this one is Loops and Threads Soft Classic Acrylic. And it's 354 yards or 7 ounces, 324 meters or 198 grams. And of course, it's a medium weight number 4. And they are recommending a 5.5 millimeter or US 9 knitting needles or a 5.5 millimeter or US I9 crochet hook. And it's 100% acrylic. Of course, wash cold, gentle cycle, do not bleach, tumble dry low, do not iron. So we have that one, and this is the colorway Spa right here, and I think it's very pretty. And then the complementary color is, I love this yarn in the color Orchid, and this is a medium weight number 4, 100% acrylic. It's 7 ounces or 199 grams, 355 yards or 325 meters. And they recommend a US 8 or a 5 millimeter knitting needles or a US I9 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Yeah. Oh, I never noticed that on this label it says for knitting needles, it says use 5 millimeter knitting needles, which in parentheses, USA size 8 or UK size 6. And then it says use 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, in parentheses, USA size 9 or UK size 5. I never noticed that it said that right below, right above the price. And maybe I never paid attention if it was always on there. Interesting. But yeah, this one is Orchid and Spa. And I think they're going very well together, and these kitties are going to look very spring for sure. Now, I'm kind of wishing I would have done the mice in a more vibrant color, but hey, it is what it is, so I'm not going to change it now. And I've also been using this random ball of white because there's some pieces I've had to use some white. So I just grabbed this one. I didn't want to pop open a new skein. We're trying to get some stuff used up. And then I have also thrown in a little bit of this Bloomopolis, which is, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is also a 4-weight. And all the specs, 5-ounce skein or 142 grams, 252 yards or 230 meters. And everything else is pretty much the same, 100% acrylic, yada, yada. And it's got all of the little speckly bits and springy colors. This is the one that I used for the apron on Piper right there. So I said I was going to throw some of this in there too. So there's that. So how far did I get done on kitty cat pieces? Well, let's see. I have one body in the Spa, and one body in the orchid. Yay. So there's the two bodies. And then I should have separated these. And then I have two legs in the, starting with the foot in spa and then the leg in purple. And uh-oh, are we missing a foot? Please don't tell me that okay. I was going to say, I hope Binks wasn't a Ami bandit because we know how she does. And then we have the other 2 feet, starting with the orchid and then going into the spa for the legs. So we have the opposite ones for each. So all 4 little legs are done. And then strings everywhere, guys. String everywhere. And then we have all 4 arms, 2 of which are starting with the orchid and go up to the spa. And then the opposite, starting with the spa and going to the orchid. So we have all 4 arms. I'm so excited, guys. I feel like I made some headway. And we were super busy this weekend, guys. Brian and I, we did a lot of yard work. We cleaned the whole entire porch, rearranged all of the furniture out on the porch, the patio furniture, cleaned out and weed eated, had the yard mowed. We don't do we pay someone to mow because the yard is huge. But we do the weed eating, cleaned out all the flower beds. Yeah. The only thing I have left to do is work on all of the hanging baskets. And I need to get some more solar lights because I went through all of the solar lights to check to see which ones were working still, which ones were not. We had a few of them that were new. So I've got to get a bunch of new solar lights because we do not have, we're too far out. So there isn't street lights. We don't have a security light on any of the power poles. So it's really dark out here. And I do not like turning on the porch light because it draws the mosquitoes and the moths and everything. And I don't want them to get through the door and all that stuff. Yeah. So whenever we go out there, we like to keep the light out. We like to have, if sitting out in an evening, enjoying the cool breeze, whatever, we like to have the solar lighting in some flowering baskets and stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of makes a really nice evening to sit out there like that until the mosquitoes get too super bad that not even the citronella candles will work. So yeah, but anyhow, I have 2 tails, one in the spa and one in the orchid. Yay. Oops. And I'm throwing cat tails. And then, and these are all coming unwound, and I have them so neatly organized in here. I have 2 of the ears in spa. And I have two ears in orchid. There we go. Fuzzy. So there's those. So we have both of them's ears. And then we have, I know I should have put these in zippy bags. Goodness. What in the world? Why is this doing this to me? Oh, come on. No. We have 2 of the snouts all done. So both snouts, and then each of them on the pattern has, if you notice, they have a little heart right here. Don't know if you can see them better. There we go. You can show them on this one where they have the little heart right here. Yeah. So I did do the heart. Here is the heart in Spa. Oops. For sewing on. And then there was more. And here's the purple one. And I'll be able to shape it better when I'm sewing them on. So, yeah, there's that. And then, uh-oh. Oh, no. Is it oh, okay, it's not coming undone. And then they were both wearing bows, but I wanted to do each one a little bit different. So I made one of the bows in that Bloomopolis. So one is going to be wearing a bow, probably the one in the orchid, the purple, will be wearing the bow. And then the one that is going to be in the spa blue-ish, it's like a minty aqua, is going to be wearing a flower. Unless this ends up being too big. And it's got the Bloomopolis in the center for the stamens. So, and this is a little bit darker purple. It's more of a periwinkle. So I thought that they would go together really well. And we'll see once I get them all put together. This may be a little too big, and if it is, then I will just figure out a different thing. Yeah. So there are those, the headwear. And then we have the start of the head in Spa. Yep. We are to the stopping point now where she wants you to sew on the ears. I'm going to take a look and see, because normally I'm used to, if I have to sew on ears, doing it once the whole thing is put together and the head is actually stuffed. So I'm going to see how it looks. I may wait and sew those ears on after it's completely stuffed and put together. So it's a placement thing for me, and it's easier once it's stuffed and the head is where it's supposed to be, so I can make sure they're asymmetrical, you know. But also, I think this is a stopping point to add on safety eyes, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read any further, but yeah, I think you may have to add a few more rounds, and then we're adding safety eyes. So we've got the start on the first head, and once this one's done, I think she wants you also to sew on the snout. I'm going to check that one too, and I may wait until after the head is stuffed and put on. Yeah, because with it not being stuffed, I want it to look right. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we're going to do it. And so yeah, there's the start of the head, the kitty melon. And then once this head is done, I will do the one in orchid, and then that is all the pieces and parts, and I can schedule a surgery day for each of them. So still not sure if I'm going to do it all in one day. It just depends on what I have going on and how I'm feeling. I may do them one at a time, so I don't get so overwhelmed with surgery. And we are still attached on there. But yeah, that's where we are with our pieces and parts. And I'm going to put these back in here. I need to get that out of the way. It's so in the way, guys. It is so in the way. I had too much stuff in here. And that wasn't supposed to be in there. I have a bag. I've been doing the little hearts healing hearts. Hearts healing hearts. And so I've just been putting them in the zippy bag as I get them all done and ends woven in and all that kind of stuff. So I just happened to have that in that bag. So because it was sitting there. All right, and let's get and where did that mouse arm go? I'm gonna have to dig it out later. We are going to have to dig it out. So let's put all that there. Got arms and legs and tails. Oh my. So let's stick all these on one side. Yep. Got the mice on one side and the kitties on the other. And my throat has been a mess, guys. I've been having some issues. I don't know if maybe my allergies and doing all the yard work kind of started activating the throat stuff again, because we were so busy and we got a lot done this weekend. We were gone a lot because Brian actually had a 3-day weekend instead of a 2 because of the holiday, and he's at work right now. But and so we ran around and did things. We went out of town and I made a pop visit to my closest Joann's because I had heard on the YouTube streets that they were getting all these additional trucks and people were coming in, putting stuff on the shelf for our shopping convenience so they could hurry up and get everything gone. And so I was hoping when we went in there, but not my store. Yeah, I was a little shocked to walk through the front door and the first thing we see is this wall of stacked air fryers, the oven kind of convection oven looking ones. Yeah, I was a little shocked about that. Where usually when you go in, you see all the seasonal stuff. They had like this huge wall of stacked up boxes of the convection oven / air fryer thingies. Yeah, it was a little strange to see that. And fabric department was about half of what it was last time we were down there a while ago, which I was a little shocked because they were so overwhelmed with fabric. They had like fabric everywhere. And then I ventured down to the yarn department and I probably shouldn't have. There wasn't a whole lot, guys. But I'm going to tell you, they had these signs that were about this big, maybe a teeny bit smaller, taped to all these shelves saying, new merchandise arriving soon. Check back daily for new merchandise. I'm over an hour away. I can't check back daily. But I did notice on the shelving that went up around the outer edge of the building, they had all these Joann's white cardboard boxes just lined up, unopened, and I know it was in them. It was yarn. And why someone had not pulled them down and been putting them in the bins is beyond me. Because when Brian and I were in there was only one other person in that building while we were there. One. And this was Saturday. And the shopping center was super busy. But Brian and I and this other person were the only ones in there. The young boy or gentleman that I usually see at the checkout up front, he's always in there every time we go. Super sweet. He was the only one on the floor, and he was helping a customer with something because they couldn't reach it. They had two other people up at the front checkouts with no one up there, not even busy, just standing there yakking and talking and not doing anything but waiting for people to actually come in and go shop. I thought that was kind of a waste, in my opinion. I think maybe it was okay for one to be standing up there. They did not need to. And that other person could have been out on that floor putting some of that merchandise on the shelves. But I digress. It is what it is. It was sad. I don't know if I will be making it down there again, although one of my friends decided she wanted to get a part-time job there to help them, and she's going to work until the final close. And it's because she wanted the discount on top of the liquidation discount so she can stock up on fabric because she is a quilter. Yeah, so hopefully she'll let me know if they get like a truckload of amazing yarn. That would be great, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's all good. Because right now it's still 30% off. Basically, they had the burnette they had was white, and I saw a few random skeins of like one navy, a black, and something else. I can't remember, but it was nothing that I wanted. They had a lot of that ginormous burnette blanket yarn, that size humongous. Still, I don't know if anybody's even buying it really. And they had some burnette blanket, but it was all kind of weirdish colors. They ended up having, let me see if I can, oh, there's the mousy foot. Come here. Get it before I forget. They had some of the Big Twist plush, which is 153 yards or 10.5 ounces, 140 meters or 300 grams, and it's the bulky number 6. And this was in a colorway I never saw in the store. It's cardamom. So I thought this would make very pretty teddy bears. I mean, bunny rabbits, I think. So I grabbed 2. I think they had 5 of them. If the sale was awesome, I would have grabbed all 5, but it wasn't. It was only 30% off, and I really like the color cardamom because I had never seen it before, and I think it's so pretty. So I grabbed the 2, and then for the offset colors, if I choose to make a bunny with them, I grabbed a ball of coconut, which is an off creamy white. And that's got a fuzzy spot. Okay. And I had never seen the coconut in the store either. And so I just grabbed the 3 of these. Yeah. And that was it. I think that's the first time. Well, I'm not going to say the first time I ever left Joann's with so little, because I have been in there before where I left with nothing, which Brian about had a stroke. because that like never happened before. And then I had heard a lot of people say that the stores didn't have any books or magazines. And my store actually did. So I kind of rummaged through the whole shelf and I found this, a year of crochet blankets. Oh no. Yeah. Here we go with a year of, but I didn't even realize that. And it has some really cute patterns. Look at that one. That is awesome. That one, that one. Those right there. It's got 32 projects for you, so I don't understand how it's a year. But hey, it is what it is. And there's like this mermaid. Oops. Mermaid. And it's got some color work charts. It's got like this heart blanket, which I thought it was so pretty. This one, it's a baby blanket. Yep. And then there's a bunch of them in here, guys. We may have to do a little look-see on this because I had never seen this one in there before. And yeah, it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. Classic styles. It says easy beginner makes. That one's pretty. And then, oh, that's a bit too much, but hey. Yeah, that's a lot. And then I love Simply Crochet and Crochet Now. And they actually had this edition that I think it was holiday, extra special Christmas edition. And from the looks of, and Brian was kind of like, yeah, Brian was the one who saw this one. That was the back. And that's the front. It's got the bonus gifting guide pattern book takeover. Christmas sorted blankets you'll love. Quick stocking stuffers. Decor to deck the halls. Join the party, 20% off. 46 merry and bright patterns plus Shaun the Sheep toy. Oh, it's got a Shaun the Sheep hook. Yeah, and a stitch marker. There we go. And these were actually 30% off as well. And then, of course, I had to get this one. There's the back of this one. And that's why, because I love Snoopy and the gang. I think I told you guys the story a while ago about I had a Snoopy. I had all the little, there was a book club where you would join the book club and you got this little bookshelf. And like once a month, I think they sent you a new hardback book, and they had different ones, but my mom had got me the one with the Peanuts and gang, Snoopy and the gang. And I also had a stuffed Snoopy that I packed around with me everywhere. I slept with him. Snoopy was my bestest friend. And one Saturday, my grandpa and my dad were going fishing on the river in the canoe. They decided to take me, and I took Snoopy with me. Snoopy accidentally got launched out of the boat when my dad moved his leg, and he went into the water, and my grandpa tried so hard to catch him before he went over the falls, and he couldn't. So Snoopy was gone forever. And I have never, ever been able to find that same stuffed Snoopy. If I ever do, he will be mine. But because they had this Snoopy, and I'm not sure what else is in here. I know there's a lot of Christmassy stuff, and we all know I love the holidays. So when I saw this, I was like, oh yes, I just got to do it. I have to. So, and it's got Kickstart Your Christmas. It's got a multi-tool, tension check, hook gauge, wraps per inch. And it's a Snoopy. And free Knit Pro hooks for every reader. I don't know what that is. Yeah. And I don't know. I know there, I see a blanket right there and a sweater. I don't know what else is in here. Because honestly, I haven't opened it because I was just so excited when I saw Snoopy. Because all the times I've been down there last year and the beginning of this year, I never saw this on the shelf. So, yeah. So, I had to bring it home. And it says 61 cozy new patterns. So, I'll be flipping through this. Peanuts crochet tool plus toy patterns. Yeah, so I'm excited that I have this little Snoopy pattern. So, and Charlie Brown, Woodstock, the doghouse, and a little gift. So we'll be playing around with that too. So I'm so excited, guys. Yeah, they were 30% off, so you had to come home with me. I don't know if I'll be going back down there again. Like I said, I just don't know. But we'll see. And by the way, speaking of, I got a birthday gift from my friend. I met her for coffee the other day when I was taking a mental health break. And she had made me a gift. She's a quilter. And she got me this super cute card, birthday card. And it's a quilting card that actually has a pattern on the back. And it actually tells you how to quilt that pattern. Isn't that cool? I thought that was super cute. Even though I've tried to quilt back in the day, I really don't have time for it right now. But hey, you never know. But she made me a gift. And this is so cool. And I know this is so off topic for Amigurumi Monday. But it's this little rope basket that she sewed. And it's got the little handmade with love button in the center. And inside this basket, when I unwrapped it, this is so funny, is a set of coasters. And she knows I love my kitties. So I was like, oh, that is so cool. And then I went on to the next one. I was like, oh, a sleeping kitty. How pretty. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then I lifted to see the next kitty. And I busted up laughing because, y'all, I just can't with her. She knows the running joke, Stinky Kitty. She knows all about Stinky Kitty and how the whole story and everything. I don't know if I've ever told you guys. But yeah, so I was like, she just had to throw the Stinky Kitty, and she did it on purpose to put it on the bottom. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Let me know if I haven't told you guys about the whole thing with Stinky Kitty. Yeah. I was, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that was my late birthday present from my friend B. Thank you very much, B. I love you, love you, love you. and I will be putting those to good use. Yeah, and that is that. Oh yeah, that's project bag. Um, we'll put that over there. So yeah, that is that. And this happened to be 45 minutes long. I didn't mean to go that long. Kind of got off topic with the whole Joann's and that birthday present. But I did get something else in the mail that I had mail ordered. And I will show you guys probably in a Tuesday video, because I think maybe we'll flip through some of the magazines, because I also have a few others that have never been opened that I had ordered from overseas from Craft Stash. I believe Craft Stash is in the UK, and they would sell the Crochet Now magazines, and they had a lot more of them, and they actually had some on sale. And then later on, once I did my order and everything, I found out they're going out of business now. Bummer. But I was able to get those at a really good price and have them shipped over here for like $5 each. Yeah, we have those that have not been open, and I've had them for about, I think maybe a month and a half. I just haven't been able to get to them. But anyways, so we need to, so I can get them put away, because I have got to start some organization, guys. It's time. It's time to spring clean. It's time to reorganize. This whole backdrop is going to change. Yeah, it's going to look entirely different. I don't know if it's going to be this week. It might be a gradual process, but we're going to change it around a little bit. It's time. But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. I have yammered on long enough and got way off topic. So remember, on Etsy, 1 and 2 Company, if you're interested in those patterns, till I think it's 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't know if it's Central or Eastern time. 70% off if you're looking to find some new patterns. So yeah, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. And just remember, life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars in your yarn. So till next time, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.